To deal with the zombie crisis, the government set up shelters, but people could only reach them by subway. At that time, a large number of survivors crowded the platform, trying to take the subway to the safe zone. As the train got closer, the people in the back started pushing forward. Those in the front were crushed against the glass doors. The glass finally broke. The people in front were pushed off the platform. When the train arrived, they were crushed on the tracks and died. The crowd kept trying to squeeze into the train. A kind person helped a woman stand in the last open spot, but the woman saw the helpless faces of an old lady and a child. In the end, she stepped off the train and gave the chance of survival to the child. The grandmother thought she had done enough by getting her grandson on the train, but the woman's face suddenly changed. The last few train cars were full of zombies. Her grandson was about to be bitten. The grandmother broke down. She pulled out a knife and jumped onto the tracks. Then she ran madly toward the speeding train. The woman froze in fear, but she could not let the grandmother die alone, so she also jumped onto the tracks. She meant to stop the old lady and pull her away, but suddenly, a loud rumble came from behind. The woman looked back and saw another train was already coming. Luckily, the subway stopped. At that moment, the old woman fell onto the tracks. She quickly ran over and helped the old woman up. They both rushed into the safety zone beside the tunnel. They pressed tightly against the wall and did not move. Then, the woman noticed bite marks on the old woman's leg. She instantly felt something was wrong. Just then, the subway started moving again. The woman tried to pry the old woman's hand off her clothes so she could escape, but she could not break free. She had no choice but to stay pressed against the wall. When she looked into the train, she was shocked. The cars were full of zombies tearing people apart. Her hands shook from fear. Then, the grandmother turned into a zombie and attacked her. The woman used all her strength to defend herself. The speeding train blocked her escape. She had no choice but to fight. At the last second, she pushed the zombie against the side of the train. The fast-moving train scraped the zombie's head. Soon the head was crushed. As the train rushed away, the woman survived. Then she went to the equipment room and found a chainsaw. She planned to use it to protect herself and escape the subway station. But as soon as she stepped out, she ran into a zombie. Luckily, she raised the chainsaw in time and cut off its head. But the loud sound drew a large number of zombies. The woman had to run.